Azure Ray had some insane drafting at the Kuala Lumpur event, but especially what they did in the grand finals, specifically Game 5. But before we can look at Game 5, we need to look at a little bit of the rundown of Game 1, 2, 3, and 4 to see how the meta developed, because that is what BO5s and drafting is all about. It's about games, drafts, adapting, and trying to figure out these small puzzles, the small pieces of the puzzle to move forward and try to out-mind game your opponent. So what happened in this grand finals is that Gaimin were up 2-0 in the grand finals, okay? 2-0. Game 1 started with Azure first picking Phoenix, and they got ran over by Gaimin, okay? Like, strictly put, they just got ran over. There was a silencer in this game. There was a bit of a comeback in Game 3, where Azure, again, they did first pick the Phoenix, but they did adapt their first phase bans with the silencer. This is going to be one thing that is important, and we need to look at a couple of the heroes with the Phoenix, SD, Centaur, and the Void, okay? These 4 heroes are very, very important. I think one thing that they did skip in these games is to try and be able to fight back and have a little bit of a better answer into the Gaimin's heroes. But these couple of heroes, Void, Centaur, SD, Phoenix, and the silencer ban are very important that we need to remember for Game 5. This is going to be the Game 5 draft. With the few things that we just touched on and that we had in mind, we need to know that both teams, of course, have a lot of time to talk about these things in between the games. Game 4 just happened. Gaimin were up 2-0. Now it's 2-2. Azure kind of have the momentum. Their first pick again. They know that if they want to pick Phoenix, they need to protect it. They've learned from Game 1. They banned the silencer. They take the Phoenix. And this is kind of where drafting is very important. You don't just have random bans early on OP heroes. No, you need to protect your heroes. Most teams know this, so this is not something incredible that no one has done before, but it's just what good teams do to protect their heroes. Gaming Gladiators follow up with a Grimstroke. It's very good for them. They love heroes where they can play around Quinn, right? He's like their main, I would say he's like their main block in their strategy, in their drafts of he's going mid on his Ember, Pango, Leshrac, and we're going to play through him with our Grimstroke, IO, Silencer. We're going to make his game easier. So take the Grim. It's just an overall good hero. No surprise. They're going to ban the Bloodseeker. You have another case of ban a hero to protect your hero. They go with Pango. I think so far so good. Nothing wrong with Gaimin's heroes whatsoever. It's just a foundation. 2 picks in. Pango is good. Grim is good. They're good together. They're happy. I'm sure they're happy. Azure, you know, gonna end up with a very similar couple early picks as before. The way Phoenix works is that you really want to protect this hero. You need to either protect his egg or help his positioning so that it's easier for him to use egg after all. They go with the SD. I would say they have a very nice idea here. So Centaur against Pango, not like a crazy matchup, but the biggest factor is the way that Pango wants to teamfight and the way Gaimin want to teamfight is they go in, you have like this Pango roll timing, and you kind of need to try to win the fight in that moment. And also the way that SD and Phoenix work is that their heroes you need to kill first, okay? So Azure have like a lot of targets on their back already. You see Phoenix, bam, you need to kill this guy. You see SD, they're like 2 of the top 5 supports that you need to kill first with like oracles and stuff like that. So Centaur is very good because he allows your supports to have better positioning with Stampede, right? Like reposition them in the fight. He's also a very solid pick from first pick because Centaur is not easy to counterpick in the lane. Like it's not easy to just pick a carry here where you feel good. You know, a lot of carries that are also good against Centaur, they suck against Shadow Demon, like Lifestealers and whatever, and Lunas, you know. They suck against SD. You don't want to be purged. You don't want to get disrupted. So I think here, just very solid. Same as Game 3 for Azure with the SD Phoenix Centaur, right? And now we need to remember, the 4th pick for Azure in the 3rd game was Faceless Void on the 18th slot, aka their 4th pick slot. And at this exact slot, if you're Azure, you are looking at Faceless Void. Why are we looking at Faceless Void? You have enough damage into the egg, into your Chrono. You have Sunray, you have egg, you're going to have poison, you're going to have a last pick as well who's going to counterpick the Pango. But most importantly, when you play against Pango, you want to have one of 2 things. You want to have like kiting for the roll to stay alive and high range, or number 2, which I prefer, is like a hard commit. You chrono him and he just straight up dies. You rupture him and it gives you like this opportunity to just full commit. Because Pango and all these elusive heroes, you need a full commit in order to be able to kill them. So if you're Gaimin, you know that Faceless Void is about to happen. Okay, you know this goddamn hero, he's about to be picked. So I think you realistically only have 3 options. And one is already gone because you didn't ban it. You have 2 choices. Either A, you now craft 2 picks because you know Void is coming. to either deter them from picking it, or that if they do pick it, that you're happy yourself. Okay? Or step 2, you take it yourself, which is definitely more risky, but that is what Gaming Gladiators decide to go for. And I don't blame them too much, because I really think you had to go for one of these 2 options. Void is good with Grimstroke. He's okay with Pango. I wouldn't say he's great. He's okay again. I wouldn't say that Void is that good against the Azure race heroes. You're an okay egg killer, not the best. If you don't catch SD, he can purge your Mask of Madness in the Chrono. He can disrupt and save people, of course, most importantly. And Centaur, you don't really touch Centaur in the lane. So this is more over a very big steal pick. Okay, now they end up going with the Gyrocopter. Give yourself some more, this is just classic Gaming Gladiators. Have heroes that can go with Quinn, deal damage, gives you more teamfight. It's a good laner. Very solid Gaming Gladiators draft so far. I don't really blame them for any of their picks, but I do think in hindsight now, they regret this Faceless Void pick a lot. And the entire problem of this draft is this pick from Azure Ray on the 4th slot. This Naga Siren is deadly. And I'm having a hard time now, with all the time in the world, to come up with a pick for Gaming Gladiators that will salvage and save their draft. I already mentioned, like, you have all these targets on your back, right? You have SD Phoenix, you need to kill them first. But there's going to be a Stampede to get them all out of it. Now you have a Naga Siren. If you don't get the Naga first, Naga is going to song and save his entire team. But if you go on Naga, then there's a Sunray, there's an Egg, there's a Stampede, there's a Disruption in the back. So suddenly you have like all these dots that you need to think about. Also the wave clear. Grimstroke doesn't deal well with Naga, nor does Gyro. Faceless Void doesn't either. Pango is like so-so. He needs a lot of farm. So you've got a lot of problems on your back right now if you are Gaming Gladiators. Of course, Azure Ray, what are they going to do? They're going to ban for their Naga. Underlord is taken out. Primal Beast is already out. I think that would have been a very good pick for Gaimin. I think Gaimin would have probably loved to have Timbersaw, not in the pool anymore either. Gaimin are going to take out a couple of mid heroes. Azure Ray are going to last ban Sand King, which I think is a pretty good ban. I was thinking of maybe Darkseer along the lines. And this is another moment that surprised me a little bit from Azure Ray. It fits the criteria for sure of you have so many targets on your back, help each other, right? Because they go with OD. But now you have literally 5 saves. You have Stampede, you have Disruption, you have Astro, you have Sunray, Phoenix, Egg, whatever, like helping you out. You have Song. OD does very well against the Pango mid. But I think one of the nicest things I see is not just like what it does, but how the heroes synergize with each other. Not just the saves. OD is super bad at cleaning up the map, at like putting the map in the right state. What Naga's biggest strength is map control, putting waves out, giving yourself like map control and wave shove, which OD has none of. And most of the heroes who are very good against Naga are like tanky heroes that build like high AoE damage, that need to stay alive and play long fights. OD is really good against all of these heroes. So I think with all of these reasons, it makes this pick actually very good. So Gaimin go for a last pick that I don't really like so much. It's gonna be Beastmaster. I was thinking maybe you go for some Darkseer, some mid-game timings. You go Pipe, Greaves. You try to like buff up your Void, buff up your Pango, and try to play through that. I don't think it's a great pick. Also into SD, but I can't find this amazing pick for Gaimin that will save them in the game. I do think Beast fits this style of you push the game forward in the mid game because you want to try to open up the map, try to play fast against the Naga, against the OD. Like they're very staticky heroes, right? Naga, OD, SD, Phoenix. They don't want to move. They want to keep their map, and then mid game they get strong, and that's kind of where they want to push and like kind of make stuff happen. So that's how Gaimin did think about it. But I feel like it's so hard for them to win this game. Like maybe you can go offlane Zeus. Like I feel like they had to do something crazy. Offlane Zeus, mid sniper, maybe demote the Pango into the offlane. Honestly, I don't know, because all I know is the moment the Naga Siren comes out, this game is just incredibly hard to play, and I don't want to be in their shoes. So I think this is like another kind of masterclass from Azure Ray, and it goes to show you that just because a hero isn't picked doesn't mean it's not good. Because this OD, it owned in this game. Thank you all for watching the video. If you want more content like this, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.